Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hashfi Hawl Ramadan, number student 2420 Here I want explain about the practicum 3. First one, I want explain about this topology. This topology is topology hybrid. This topology stars and topology mesh or partial mesh. And first one, we have to add the IP address, subnet mask, and default gateway from the all PC. For PC is PC 0 in subnet A or 1A. This I've been at the IP address, subnet mask, and default gateway. The IP address in the PC0 is 192.168.71 and 98. The subnet mask is 255.255.255.240, and the default gateway 192.168.71 and 97. We go to the PC1. The IP address in the PC1 is 192.168.71 and 99, and the subnet mask the default gateway same like the PC0. And the PC2, the IP address is 192.168.71.100, and the subnet mask and the default gateway is same like PC0 and PC1. Okay, after we add the IP address and subnet mask and the default gateway, we have to add configuration the IP address, default gateway, and the subnet mask in the CLI in the router. The code in the CLI like this. This the code in the CLI of the router. What the purpose of the code? First one, the purpose is to set 1A as a router that connects a local network or LAN to the one. To give the router a unique name so it's easy to identify in the network. This is the host name. And number 3, to configure the fast Ethernet interface as the gateway for devices in the local Ethernet. This the integer FA0/0 to connect 1A to other router using serial interface. After that, to active all interface so data can be transmitted. After that, to set the clock rate on the DCE side of the serial link, and to use static root. This is the static root to manually define the path to remote network. And the last purpose is to ensure the data from the local network can reach other network correctly. Okay, after the router 0, we move to the 1B, and we add the IP address, subnet mask, and default gateway in all PC in the 1B. First one, and in the PC3, the IP address is 192.168.71 and 66. The subnet mask is 255.255.255.224, and the default gateway 192.168.71.65. go to the PC4. The IP address is 192.168.7167, and the subnet mask and the default gateway is same like the PC3. We go to the PC5. The IP address is 192.168.168.7168. The subnet mask and the default gateway is same like PC3 and PC4. After we add the IP address, subnet mask, and the default gateway in all PC in the 1A, 1B, we move to the router, like what we do in the 1A. We add the code in the CLI in the router. This is the code. Like this. And what the purpose of this code? This purpose is to configure. The purpose of configuration is one, to set up 1C as a router that connects its local LAN to other networks. To define the fast Ethernet interface as the gateway for local devices. And to establish one connections with other router using serial interface. Next, to provide an alternative communication path between routers. To configure the clock rate on the DCE interface for stable WAN communication. To use static routing to reach networks that are not directly connected. And to allow all connected networks to communicate with each other properly. And I'm sorry, to set up 1B, not 1C, but 1B. Okay. After we add the configure in the 1B, we move to the 1C. Before we add the code in the router, we add the IP address, subnet mask, and default gateway, like the 1A and 1B. First one, we add the IP address, subnet mask, and default gateway in PC6. The IP address in PC6 is 192.168.712. The subnet mask is 255.255.255.192, and the default gateway is 192.168.711. In the PC7, the IP address is 192.168.713, and the subnet mask and the default gateway is same like PC6. In the PC8, the IP address is 192.168.714. The subnet mask and the default gateway is same like PC6 and PC7. And we move to the router 2. We add the code like all code before. We add the code to configure the IP address, default gateway, and subnet mask. The code we use is like this. And what is the purpose to add the code? The purpose is to set up 1C as a router that connects its local LAN to other networks. To define the fast Ethernet interface as the gateway for local devices. To establish one connections with other router using serial interface. And to provide an alternative communication path between routers. To configure that clock rate on the DCE interface for stable WAN communication. And to use static routing to reach networks that are not directly connected. and to allow all connected networks to communicate with each other properly. And that's the my practicum 3. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.